The David Edge Prize is awarded annually for the best article in the area of science and technology studies by the 4S. David was trained in astronomy and worked with the BBC before becoming the first director of the Science Studies Unit at the University of Edinburgh in 1966. He had a strong administrative and intellectual role in the development of science and technology studies. Active in the 4S from the beginning, he served as its president and received the Bernal Award for Lifetime Achievement. Especially pertinent for this award was his role as co-founder and editor of Social Studies of Science for 33 years. This was no ordinary editor, as anyone knows who had interacted with him. His unique personal touch pervaded even the most routine aspects of editing, and his encouragement and diligent work with new authors helped launch many careers in the field, including my own. Presenting this award is Professor Alan Irwin from the University of Copenhagen, and Professor Irwin will introduce his fellow committee member.
Thank you. Although I am from Copenhagen Business School, but that's also in Copenhagen. And now I see the problem because I can't see the screen, but I can click through this.
Charitable, and then point to the left when you want him to go.
Perfect. So it's a great pleasure to be associated with the David Edge Prize, as Gary's already said, for the best paper in science and technology studies in 2014. The committee was Javier Lezone from Oxford, it was Michael Lynch from Cornell University, and I have to say it's a spectacular thing to sit on that committee because the papers that came forward are really of a tremendous quality, so don't be sad if you're not successful this year, but please keep going. And then let me say that the winner is this paper by Janet Vertesi. It's a paper, Seeing Like a Rover, Visualization, Embodiment, and Interaction on the Mars Exploration Rover Mission, published in Social Studies of Science in 2012. Read it for yourself. Janet undertook 2 years of fieldwork, ethnographic immersion, within the Mars Exploration Rover Mission, and in her paper, she explores the representational work and the associated embodied practices through which the science and engineering team make sense of how and where to move their robots. So here you see the robot, and you see something of its terrain. But what Janet does wonderfully well in the paper is suggest the complicated set of discussions, decisions, and practices through which images of Mars actually come alive. And one thing in her work that she particularly identifies is the way in which each part of the Mars rover becomes associated with a human body part, as the technicians try to pre-represent the way in which they want the rover to move. So here you can see the camera operator using her hands, if I've got the right one, to approximate the camera's eyes, and the mobile telephone represents a rock, so the person is trying to represent that. And here in this next picture, we have the rover's solar panels being represented again through a particular stance. So in this way, Janet Vertesi explores the organizational situation, the organizational representation of Seeing Like a Rover, and at the same time, she portrays the social ties which are cemented through earthbound teammates. Is Javier Lezone wrote to Janet when giving her the great news about the prize. Javier wrote, "We believe your paper is a perfect example of the balance between theoretical sophistication and empirical detail that characterizes classic STS scholarship, and that it offers a very productive elaboration of key themes in this tradition, in particular those of visualization, embodiment, and organizational order." So I've said to you, read the paper. Janet's also got a forthcoming book coming out entitled Seeing Like a Rover, How Robots, Teams, and Images Craft Knowledge of Mars. So when that comes out, I think we'll all have the pleasure of reading that too. Meanwhile, I want to say congratulations to Janet Vertesi.